When you interact with women, they're constantly evaluating you, often without you realizing it. They're assessing your boundaries, confidence, and how much you value yourself. While women have perfected this evaluation process, many men don't think to do the same. This often leads to men accepting harmful behaviors from women because they're simply grateful for the attention. This imbalance can result in relationships that are emotionally draining and damaging to your self-esteem. It's time to change that dynamic. Understanding how women test men. Every interaction with a woman can involve subtle tests that operate below your conscious awareness. For instance, when she's late, she's seeing if you'll uphold your boundaries or accept disrespectful behavior. When she talks about her ex, she's checking if you become insecure or remain confident. When she creates minor drama, she's observing if you'll tolerate emotional instability or maintain your composure. When she makes unreasonable demands, she's testing if you'll sacrifice your needs to please her or stand firm in your value. These aren't necessarily conscious manipulations but rather an evolutionary process. Women historically evaluated men's fitness and compatibility because strong, reliable partners were crucial for survival. Your responses to these tests determine not only her continued interest but also the kind of treatment you'll receive in the relationship. Upholding your boundaries and standards earns you respect, while being overly accommodating can lead to a loss of attraction and increased demands. Identifying problematic female archetypes. Before you can effectively test women, it's important to recognize the types of personalities that can lead to relationship unhappiness. The emotional bomb. This woman overreacts with intense emotions, turning minor issues into major crises. Being with her means constantly walking on eggshells, anticipating her next emotional outburst. The validation vampire. She constantly needs attention, compliments, and reassurance to feel good about herself. She'll make you responsible for her emotional well-being, diverting your energy from your own goals. The controller. She tries to dictate your life, from your friends to your career choices. She subtly erodes your independence until your life revolves around her preferences. The entitled princess. She believes her presence is a gift and expects constant special treatment without offering much in return. She sees relationships as a transaction where you provide and she receives. The chaos creator. She thrives on drama and instability, often manufacturing problems because calm feels boring. Living with her means never experiencing genuine peace. Why women test men, an evolutionary perspective. Women's testing behaviors are rooted in evolutionary psychology. For millions of years, women who chose strong, reliable partners had a better chance of survival and successful offspring. These testing mechanisms, though often unconscious, are designed to assess a man's quality as a potential partner. They test confidence because confident men historically held higher status and had more resources. They test boundaries because men who upheld their standards provided better protection and leadership. They test emotional stability because emotionally reactive men made poor decisions under pressure. Passing these tests demonstrates traits women are instinctively drawn to, while failing them can diminish attraction and respect. These tests evaluate your character, confidence, and relationship potential across multiple dimensions. Boundary testing. She'll push small boundaries to see if you'll enforce larger ones, revealing your self-respect and the strength of your standards. Emotional stability testing. She'll create emotional turbulence to see how you react under pressure, showing whether you remain calm or become reactive. Investment testing. She'll demand your time, energy, and resources to gauge your willingness to sacrifice for her attention. Competition testing. She might mention other men or flirt to see if you become insecure or remain confident in your own value. How to effectively test women. Just as women evaluate you, you should also be evaluating them. This isn't about manipulation, but about gathering vital information before investing emotionally or financially. The goal is to observe their natural responses to mild challenges and requests, revealing their true character and suitability. The respect test. Make small, reasonable requests to see if she's willing to put in minimal effort. Her willingness to contribute shows if she views the interaction as mutually beneficial. The flexibility test. occasionally change plans to see how she handles unpredictability. Her adaptability is crucial for navigating life's challenges. The investment test, allow her to contribute to the interaction, e.g., planning, resources. Her proactive contribution shows genuine interest. The boundary test, establish clear preferences and limits to see if she respects them. Her response reveals whether she respects your autonomy. Interpreting her responses. Understanding how a woman responds to your tests is key to assessing her character and relationship potential. High interest, good character, she enthusiastically complies with requests, respects your boundaries, and proactively contributes. She values your standards and is willing to invest. Moderate interest, she complies but without enthusiasm, occasionally tests boundaries, and only contributes when asked. She's mildly interested but likely has other options. Low interest, she makes excuses, pushes back against boundaries, and expects you to handle everything. She doesn't see you as a high-value option. Explosive response, she reacts with anger or drama to reasonable requests or boundaries. This indicates low interest and problematic character, it's a sign to disengage. Understanding female investment tracks. Women often categorize men based on perceived value, influencing how they treat them. The provider track, if she sees you primarily as a resource, she'll maximize your investment while minimizing intimacy. You're viewed as someone to extract resources from. The validation track, if you're a source of validation, she'll enjoy your attention but keep emotional distance. You serve as an ego boost without true romantic interest. The lover track, if she views you as a high-value romantic option, she'll actively pursue you, accommodate your preferences, and invest in the relationship. You'll experience the best version of her. Knowing which track you're on helps you adjust your investment and avoid overcommitting to women who don't see you as a genuine partner. The abundance mindset. Many men fail to test women because they fear losing any female attention, leading to a scarcity mindset. This causes them to accept poor behavior, seeing the woman as the prize and themselves as the contestant. This desperation is unattractive and encourages exploitation. Adopting an abundance mindset means recognizing you have many options. This isn't arrogance, it's a realistic understanding that empowers you to walk away from women who don't treat you well. This willingness to disengage is fundamental to healthy relationship dynamics, as it encourages her to treat you with respect to keep your attention. The importance of testing in modern dating. Today's dating landscape makes rigorous testing more crucial than ever. Social media offers women constant validation, reducing their motivation to invest deeply in individual relationships. Dating apps create an illusion of infinite options, making some women less likely to appreciate good partners. Legal and cultural shifts can leave men vulnerable to severe consequences when choosing poorly, e.g., false accusations, financial exploitation. These factors mean the cost of choosing the wrong partner has dramatically increased, while social pressures on women to behave well have decreased. Men who don't adapt by thoroughly evaluating potential partners risk significant harm. Unacceptable personality traits and patterns. Certain traits consistently lead to relationship dysfunction, regardless of effort. Identifying these early can save you years of suffering. Cluster B personality traits. Women with borderline, narcissistic, histrionic, or antisocial traits often create chaos through emotional volatility, manipulation, and exploitation. Victim mentality. Those who constantly blame external factors and avoid responsibility will eventually make you responsible for their happiness. Addiction issues. Women with substance abuse or other compulsive behaviors will prioritize their addiction over the relationship. Financial irresponsibility. Poor financial judgment or entitlement to your resources will drain your wealth. Family dysfunction. Women from highly dysfunctional backgrounds may recreate unhealthy patterns unless they've done significant therapeutic work. Effective testing requires the willingness to disqualify women who fail your evaluations, even if they're attractive or you're feeling lonely. The cost of staying with the wrong person far outweighs the discomfort of being single while you search for the right one. This involves having clear, non-negotiable standards and consistently enforcing them. Advanced testing methods. Beyond basic requests, specific methods can reveal deeper insights into a woman's character. The service test: observe how she treats service staff or those who can't directly benefit her, revealing her true character. The stress test. See how she handles unexpected challenges or disappointments. Does she blame others or problem solve? The gratitude test: notice if she genuinely appreciates your efforts or expects your investment as entitlement. The contribution test: evaluate if she adds value to your life or primarily consumes your resources. The loyalty test: the only truth that matters. Attraction is easy. Loyalty is rare. It's easy for a woman to be present during your highs, to cheer when you win, to smile when life's good, and to play the role of the supportive partner when everything is flowing in your favor. But the real test, the only test that matters, is how she responds when you're at your lowest. Does she still respect you when the world doesn't? Does she defend your name when you're not in the room? Does she speak highly of you to others without needing validation in return? The loyalty test isn't about control, it's about clarity. It's the clearest signal of her emotional integrity and your relational security. Because a woman who cannot speak well of you to others will one day turn their ears against you. And a woman who disappears at the first sign of hardship was never with you, only with your circumstances. The challenge of implementation: why most men fail the test themselves. Understanding this test is simple. Applying it, especially in the modern world, is where most men crumble. Why? Because for centuries, men were biologically wired for short-term mating, driven by instinct to spread their genes, not assess long-term emotional value. Evolution trained us to be hunters, not gatekeepers. And in a culture that praises quantity over quality, the average man is trained to chase rather than qualify. To accept instead of discern. He's told to be grateful just to be chosen, rather than choosing powerfully. Social conditioning doubles down on this trap. Men are often shamed for being selective, accused of arrogance for having standards, and praised only when they sacrifice their boundaries to keep peace. This weakens discernment and creates a generation of men who confuse attention for love, and compliance for loyalty. To make matters worse, the testing process requires a level of discipline and patience that runs counter to today's instant gratification culture. It means observing before investing, waiting before labeling, and walking away when necessary, even when attraction clouds your judgment. And few men are trained to do that. Most will rationalize bad behavior because they're afraid of starting over. They'll mistake difficult for passionate or confuse drama with desire. They'll lower their standards just to hold on to the illusion of connection, and in doing so, forfeit their own self-respect. The strategic advantage of testing, selectivity, is power. But for the rare man who decides to rise above instinct and programming, the reward is profound. Testing doesn't repel high-quality women, it attracts them. Women of substance respect men with discernment. A man who doesn't rush in, who observes before reacting, who withholds commitment until loyalty is proven, he is the man they chase, respect, and fear losing. Why? Because selectivity communicates value. And value breeds desire. When a man holds the frame, when he honors his standards more than his urges, he steps into his true masculine power. He becomes the prize. And once you taste what it's like to be with someone who has truly earned your trust, who stands by you without conditions or performance, you'll never again settle for less. Testing also strengthens your internal foundation. It builds emotional resilience, teaches you how to spot red flags early, and conditions you to act on logic rather than lust. Your confidence becomes rooted not in how many women like you, but in how few you allow into your world. And from that place, your entire energy shifts, women feel it, people respect it, and you command your environment without force. The ultimate choice, dependence or discernment. You can live like most men. Chasing validation, getting trapped in unfulfilling relationships, suffering silently through emotional chaos and inconsistent loyalty. Or you can choose the harder, colder, more powerful path, the path of strategic self-respect. You can observe instead of assume. Test instead of trust blindly. Qualify instead of chase. And in doing so, you stop being a victim of relationships and become the architect of them. But here's the truth most men avoid: you must be willing to walk away. Even when you're emotionally invested. Even when the sex is incredible. Even when she checks 90% of your boxes, if loyalty fails, it all collapses. Because the woman who cannot stand beside you in the dark will never help you rise into the light. So choose. Will you continue to settle for women who love only your potential and abandon your reality? Or will you start testing, not to play games, but to protect your throne? The loyalty test is not about her. It's about you. Your values. Your discipline. Your future. The standard you walk past is the standard you accept. And the woman you allow to stay without proving her loyalty, will one day teach you why you should have let her go. Choose power. Choose peace. Choose patience. Because the right woman doesn't just stay through the storm, she becomes your shelter. And until she shows you that, you owe her nothing but distance.